Get up, fam. It's another voice note type of situation, man. Hope you guys are keeping well. Haven't been able to record anything. I've been a bit busy with life things, you know what I mean? Been trying to figure out a few things, a few changes, and being busy with work. But yeah, hope you guys are keeping it real. Hope you guys are doing little things to get into where you want to be. I know it ain't easy. I know it's really hard, but hey, at least give it a try. I've been thinking about people pleasing lately, man. People pleasing is a crazy thing that I never understood when I was younger, because I was one of those, you know what I mean? I was trying to fit in. I was trying to, be someone else in order to fit into certain friend groups or certain different style of communities, That really took a toll on me, man. I ended up sacrificing my authentic self to just fit in or get an opportunity. And I see a lot of people do that, man. That ain't the best thing for you, for your mental health. You being someone else. You try your best to please and do everything that you could to just be someone else. That is not you. Because we are born with an identity, We have unique perspectives and unique experiences in life. If you're coming from different cultures, you see what I'm saying? We are made that way so that life could get interesting, If everybody's the same, if you see one color in a color palette, in a color, what do you call it, when you go get some paint, if they give you just one color, it will be boring, right? And if you see cars with the same color, it'll be boring. It'll be more corporate. It'll be more official or professional. You see what I'm saying? Like taxi cabs, they have the same color, cars with the same color, yellow, black, different style. In New Zealand, if it is an Uber, it's Prius. I mean, it's not a color, it's a car. But hey, you know when you see certain things, this belongs to that, this belongs to this. So in the same way, if we have only one style of things, style of people, it'll be boring to live on this earth. I never understood this too, man. Like, I had friends, like we would go somewhere, hang out, and my best friends or my friends that I used to have, they would flip, they would change when they see different groups of people. I could feel it in my heart. I was like, man, this mug was a bit different when they're hanging out with me, and when they see this type of people, they fully change. Is it a real person? Is it an authentic person? It's like, I don't get it, Sometimes they would end up just ignoring me. You see what I'm saying? That really tripped my mind. I'm like, man, can people be like that? Even though I was like that, but for some reason I never changed in front of people. Sometimes I would. I'm not perfect. But when people do that too, I could feel that tension. I'm like, man, you were saying this and that, and then now you're saying this, And even me, I would walk into certain groups of people, my work or whatever. I would end up being, oh yeah, I like this too. I like that too. Or the way I speak would change, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll be too professional with my English as well. I'll be like, oh, hey, how are you? How's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And then it really hit me. Every time I get into my car or every time I get home, I just feel like, man, this ain't me. Like, this ain't me, because I'm tired. I would feel exhausted because I'm trying my best to be something else, That weighed me down. And I would I would dress up a certain way as well, man, just to fit in. Because if you're an Asian kid, you know that growing up in an Asian country, they always tell you to dress up a certain way. If you're growing up in a first world westernized country, they would always tell you, hey, you gotta be like them to fit in, you know. And then you end up chasing that, trying to be like them mentality from the get-go. You see what I'm saying? And you speak a certain way, dress up a certain way, and do things a certain way. You try to eat a certain way. It's literally robbing you. This whole situation is robbing you from you being a good human and you being who you are created to be. Because I believe that in order for you to hit your highest potential, you definitely have to be you, man. If you ain't trying to be you, you would never end up being or finding your purpose in life. Because just imagine like you are driving a car that you don't like. You see what I'm saying? You just buy that car because the society is telling you to, or your friend group has it. Like, as an example, every time I bought a European car, I felt like I was just faking it, man. The repair cost, service cost, they were like over the roof. And I never felt like home, man. I never felt like home. And every time I see people driving European cars, I feel sad for them. No hate. I'm like, man, you sure you want to drive this thing? You know, I know you get paid this much, but you have a big loan for this car. Why? Just to impress other people. The last European car I had was a Golf. I really enjoyed it, but I had a lot of problems in that car. And I think this was a few months ago. I purely bought that car because I had a few of those and I just wanted to have another one. And I would say I regretted it, you know, knowing that it would cost me more, you know. And I bought that car and wasted a lot of money. And I was like, man, what am I doing? What am I trying to do here, you know? Am I trying to show off? You know, am I trying to show my car off? Because, man, I know my values. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. And I ended up selling it. And I'm driving a Honda Fit right now. A manual Honda Fit. I've never been happier, man. My heart is full. Every time I get into that car, I'm like, man, I can't wait to get into this car. I wanna drive this thing, you know. It's a beautiful feeling because I am not trying to please, or I am not trying to fit into a certain friend group or like anything like that. You see what I'm saying? And I feel happy. I feel happy deep inside of my heart. It's just like that, man. I was thinking, you know, I see people like even in different spaces. I'm not gonna name names. I'm like, man, you just flipped. You were talking to me this way, and when you see this group, you're like, you changed, you know. And that really tripped me, man, because I'm always trying to be authentic and I'm trying to be me in front of everyone I meet at home, at my work, at the gym, wherever I go to, man. People kind of get lost in it, you know what I mean? People kind of get lost in trying to impress, you know. When it comes to dating too, man, you, as a guy, mostly guys do this thing, man. You try to impress a girl. You see what I'm saying? You're trying to force somebody to like you. That's what I see. When you try to be something you ain't, when you're trying to impress a girl just so that you can get her, she end up liking the fake version of you. You see what I'm saying? She wouldn't get to know the real you. So you have to end up acting. You have to end up pretending to be someone that you're not in order to keep that relationship going too. Imagine how exhausting that shit is, man. You see what I'm saying? And you have to adjust. Why do you have to live life like that, man? What's the point of having everything if you can't be yourself? What's the point of having anything if you can't purely be you, what God has created you to be? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot, man. I've been thinking about how it robbed me from myself as well. I was living with anxiety everywhere I went, because thinking about what they would think, what she would think, what this person would think. Oh, how can I adjust myself? How can I minimize myself? That's one thing that you guys do, and I do. I did try to minimize ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Adjusting is all right, because sometimes you can't be fully you in certain places, and they don't need to know the full version of you as well. Not everybody deserves that. But minimizing yourself, minimizing your values, that ain't the way to go, man. If you actually find places like that where you have to minimize yourself in order to fit in, you gotta get out. You gotta get out, man. You know, when you meet good people, that's more like a sign, or more like a measure. Good people, say you are at a cafe, you're in the gym, you see a certain group of people and you try to go and talk to them, and they actually care about you, and they really invite you into the friend group, and they make you feel comfortable. That sort of people are genuine. That sort of people are real, you know, because they love you for who you are, not for what you can give, how you can change, how we can minimize, you know what I mean? It's easy to roll with good people. It's easy to be around people with good hearts, man, good intentions, you know. But see, the same situation. You go up to them and you feel like you have to be someone else. You feel like it's a bit funny, and it's a bit, you know, you don't really sit well with that whole situation. And if you feel like they're being fake to each other as well, man, that's where you should, you know, respect yourself and run away. You see what I'm saying? And that's the best thing you can do to yourself, and just be away from those situations, be away from those environments. Good people would always make you feel welcomed. And sketchy people without values or intentionality, they would make you feel uncomfortable. I'm going to say it again. People with good intentions, people with good values, people who are authentic would always make you feel like you're home. But people who don't have values, people who don't have intentionality, would make you feel like you are walking into an office where everybody's fake. Simple as that, man. That's a measure that you can have for you in order to be yourself. I can remember, you know, growing up in Sri Lanka for a little bit too, many moments where I felt uncomfortable being around certain crowd of people. Because when we go to certain places, I felt like they didn't like me, you know. They didn't want to include me into the conversation or anything. And then coming here, meeting a lot of Maoris and Islanders, man, I would say the Polynesian culture, they always made me feel like I belong, you know, wherever I went, when any event, they always, most of the boys would always say, hey, this is my brother Chani, man, I want you to meet him. You know, I always felt welcomed, I always felt loved, and I always felt like I could be my goofy self in front of them. I never had to change, man. And that's what really changed me, you know, when I was 21, 22. I didn't fully change, but that's what really hit me hard inside, like deep inside of me. I was like, man, these people love him or who love me for who I am, for my mistakes, for my shortcomings and all that shit, man. But they still love me. They still care for me. That really gave me a different perspective about life and people. You know, I just felt like I belong in that space. You know, with these big people, tall, you know, stronger than me. But I'm this little Sri Lankan dude. Like every time I walk in, I just felt like I'm right at home. I get emotional talking about it because that's why I am. Even in my introduction, man, that's why I mentioned that the Polynesian culture is really close to my heart, and wherever I go, I will not stop talking about how they made me feel like home in a different home, in a different place that you're not familiar with, you know. I would always value that, man. And even now, I want to shout out to all my brothers. I will never forget the love that they've given me and encouragement that they've, you know, given me, how they pushed me, how I get a text randomly from one of the boys saying, hey, my bro, I love you. I hope you would have a good day. And that's all they would say sometimes. And that's all I wanted. That's all I ever wanted, man. Some love from people who actually, you know, love you for who you are. That's something really hard to find. There's something really hard to, you know, navigate through. But when you do have it, make sure you keep it, man. You know, when you have good people, man, you don't have a lot of them. You only have 2 or 3. And they really help you to be the best version of you, man. They help you to be, you know, they never talk about your weaknesses, man. They would talk about it, they will bring it up, but they would make sure that they don't mock you because of your weakness. They will tell you, they will share with you, and they will lift you up. Like, hey, man, I don't think that, you know, what you're doing is right now, you know. I think you should change because I know deep down in my heart you ain't supposed to be this person. You're fronting like you're something else, you know. They will call you out on it in the right way. So, yeah, that's what I've been thinking about, man. I just wanted to just share my heart out around it, man. Being authentic, being yourself, not being a people pleaser, man. And oh man, I don't have fingers to count how many times I was trying my best to fit into a place where I didn't fit in. And then I walked right in and I had to put on that mask and live day by day feeling tired, man. You see? And I'm done with that shit, man. Wherever I go, I try to be myself. I'm goofy, I'm passionate, you know. I love people. I love to have a good conversation. Deep, subtle, doesn't matter, you know. And I try to speak my mind out everywhere I go, everywhere I, you know, stand on. Sometimes it ain't the easiest thing to do, but if you can do it, you will see you running away from anxiety, not running away. You would leave anxiety behind you, you know, because you're not trying to perform. So yeah, man, that's what I wanted to touch on. That's what I wanted to share just before I get to work, you know. Be your authentic self. Be you, man. Please be you. Don't put on a mask. Don't be fake. Just go out there and be you. And if you don't have a lot of friends just because you're you, that's alright. That's alright, man. Make sure you love the person that you see in the mirror. You know, you're the only person who can love yourself more than anybody on this earth. And if you can't love yourself, you can't love others, man. Another thing, I used to hate my voice. I used to hate how I look like, man. It took a long time for me to be like, oh man, I love this person, man. You know, this person has a good heart. Like, you ain't got to have a lot. Just be a good human. Just be a good human who has a smile on their face and who would create a good environment when you walk into it. Just be that human. You ain't got to have all together. You don't have to have everything, you know, perfectly. You don't have to have all of them together, man. What's the word? Sorry. You don't have to get it all together. You see what I'm saying? Just be you. Walk with freedom inside of your heart, knowing, man, I'm me. You know, I don't give a shit if they don't like me. Let them be, man. So yeah, hope you guys would have a good week, good weekend, good week. I don't know whatever time that you're listening to this, but yeah, man. If you haven't subscribed, let's go. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Support me, man. If you like what I have to say, you know. I do believe that I have something to say talk about life. And even thanks for the support. Thanks for listening to my pod, man. And just letting you guys know, this is the 13th episode. And I never thought that I would come this far with it. And I'm here. I'm here doing my thing, man. And I will never stop. I'll keep creating. And I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing it for, you know, fame. None of that stuff, man. I just love making videos. I just love talking. So, yeah. God bless you all. Much love. Peace.